Hi, Big Tractor Power fans. This video comes to you from Western Kentucky, where a 181.5 horsepower ALLIS-CHALMERS 7080 tractor is working on spring tillage with a 24-foot wide Case International 4800 Field Cultivator. In this presentation, I would like to share with you the tractor's production history, specifications, and original price tag, as well as visiting with the farmer about how he has enjoyed running this tractor on his farm since he bought it new in 1980. But first, let's head out to the field so that you can see and hear all this tillage action. The 7080 was new for model year 1975 from ALLIS-CHALMERS. It was the first row crop two-wheel drive tractor in North America to meet the 180 PTO horsepower mark. This tractor was manufactured in West Allis, Wisconsin through model year 1981. The 7080 was the largest two-wheel drive tractor available from ALLIS-CHALMERS in its 6-year production run. Initially, when it was introduced, it was part of the Maroon Belly 7000 series lineup, which featured the engine and chassis of the tractor painted in that color. These tractors featured the first generation acoustic cabs. In model year 1978, the 7080 and other 7000 series tractors were updated with the acoustic cab 2 and featured black paint on the engine and chassis. For the first 3 years of production, this tractor was powered by a 7-liter ALLIS-CHALMERS 3750 Mark II engine. In 1978, with the paint and cab changes, the engine was swapped over to a 7-liter ALLIS-CHALMERS 670 HI engine for the last 3 years of production. Both power plants have the same specifications. They are 6 cylinders, turbocharged and intercooled, featuring 426 cubic inches, rated at 181.5 PTO horsepower. ALLIS-CHALMERS offered the 7080 tractor's 426 cubic inch engine for trucks. The truck version was named Big Al and painted royal purple because this power plant made the owner the king of the road. There were city and country versions. The city Big Al engine is rated at 165 horsepower, and the country model is rated at 175 horsepower. They offer a max torque of 410 and 428 respectively. The 7080 is fitted with a 64-gallon diesel fuel tank. It features the ALLIS-CHALMERS Power Director partial power shift transmission with 20 forward and 4 reverse speeds, and it can travel from 2.5 up to 18.3 miles per hour. This tractor stands apart from the other 7000 series tractors because it has a large barrel-sized exhaust and does not have an individual breather mounted on the front of the hood. It's also equipped with 4 battery boxes, while the other 7000 series have 2. When this big tractor rolled off the assembly line in West Allis, Wisconsin, it weighed in at 13,638 pounds, and it can be fully field weighted up to 15,300 pounds. When the ALLIS-CHALMERS 7080 tractor was new, it had an original price tag of $54,561.
Billy, thank you for having me out to see your 7080 in action. Always an impressive tractor. The first tractor to go over 180 horsepower from the factory for any company back in '75. How have you liked running this one?
Well, I've had it since it was new, so I guess I liked it pretty well.
Well, that's excellent. And so I know the original engine, those had some problems or they didn't last as long. You've had this one repowered since you bought it?
Yeah, about 25 years ago. The Alice engine had well over 3,500 hours on it, and really the engine was okay. I was having problems with the fuel pump. I couldn't get it the torque back up, set back on it like it needed to be. And after we repowered it, the guy that did it told me there was a gentleman in Terre Haute that could have done it, but it was too late, which I hadn't been unhappy with this at all. It's a 505 Cummins, same thing's in a 7120 Magnum. It's turning 260 horse. It's always performed well.
Well, that's a lot of horsepower to put through a two-wheel drive.
Well, you behave. You be careful. The rear end on these was way overbuilt, but the weak point, they call it a hollow shaft. PTO shaft goes through it, and then the power goes through the outside. And I've snapped 2 or 3 of those, but I learned how not to. Those are expensive lessons. Of course, there was a maroon body before this one. I think the black came in '79, and this is an '80 model. And then they changed in '81 the fuel system on them. They went to a Bosch system, which was much better than this one. This had a Roadmaster.
Okay.
So that was an improvement.
So back in 1980, when you were looking for a tractor, what made you decide to buy the 7080, and what dealership did you buy it from here in Kentucky?
Planters Hardware at Hopkinsville is where it came from. And because of their service mainly, and we'd always ran Alice stuff, plus cost. This tractor was close to half of a Deere. It was some cheaper than a Case, and wasn't even interested in international at the time. So, but I hadn't been unhappy with it. It's been a good tractor.
Well, it's lasted over 40 years and still doing a good job out there.
Yeah, it's older than my oldest child, so it's been around a while.
That's good for the farm, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, I appreciate your time. It's always great to find these classics, especially ones that set new landmarks in the industry, like the 7080. And I guess just to finish up too, you've got the stadium lighting on it. That was a new feature on the light guards.
I had, I guess, everything you could put on it at the time, and I believe I was thinking when y'all were filming a while ago, I think they made a few of these in front wheel assist, but really it wouldn't have been over 100 of them, if that. The 21s I know they did. It was kind of experimental, and this one maybe a little bit more, but it would have been the last of the really two-wheel drives without front wheel assist.
I've seen a few on Tractor House. I never knew if they were aftermarket but it would have been rare, because that was the 8070 that.
Yeah, that's when they came with that. And with the 80s, the 70 series, 80s, well, the 8000 series, they I think backed the rear ends up on them a little, because they were going with that front wheel assist, and it didn't need to be as heavy, supposedly. But like I said, this one is pretty much bulletproof. Has been.
At the horsepower it's at and the design, it probably plow through whatever it needs to.
As sure as you talk about it, it will tear up. That's right. Why I need to keep my mouth shut.
Well, thank you, and I hope it'll get many more years of work out here on the farm.
I do too, till I'm gone anyway. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed spending some time out in the field with this ALLIS-CHALMERS 7080 tractor and learning about its history. I would like to hear in the comment section below this video if you use ALLIS-CHALMERS tractors on your farm. Tell me about the model that you're running and the implements that it operates. If you have appreciated this presentation, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there's over 3,000 videos of farm machines in action. As always, thank you for watching.